Make it a good one.
We are live.
Welcome to the Township of Bon Cheval Valley Committee meeting. It's Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, and 1:30 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting to order. You've seen the circulated agenda. Are there any additions? May I have a move to confirm that? Meredith?
Sure.
In favor, we do. Thank you. Now, you've had a look at the minutes from the last meeting. Sorry?
Pecuniary interest.
Right. Okay, are there any pecuniary interest or general nature thereof to declare? I see none. Now, looking at the meeting, the minutes from the meeting of February 3rd, you've had a look at them. Are there any corrections or omissions? May I have a motion to accept them? Meredith? Sorry,
Tracy.
Tracy. All in favor? So the
Now you
meeting-
can turn your mugs and your placards around.
Now the meeting begins.
There we go.
Okay.
Just do
You're not representing a delegation today, William? Okay, so we have no delegations this morning. We move on to reports. Kevin, is he in the building?
So Kevin is not available because there's a hockey tournament on today.
I
Yeah,
was gonna ask you about that, okay.
yeah, so that's, so if there's any questions on his report, though, I told him that I would certainly, take them back to him.
No, it was well laid out. I have no questions. And he certainly, I'm glad he has his priorities straight. Okay.
I will say, I know that we've got a council meeting before this. But don't forget the Lisa Sharp Memorial is on Sunday, the 15th, so the end of March break.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on, Sandra, do you have a financial report to give us?
I finished year end now and I've passed it off to the auditors. So we'll see what.
Very
changes they
nice.
make. Yes, and then we're all still starting to plug away at the budget for 2026. So there was an income statement in your package, comparing January 2025 to January of 2026. For the most part, everything is in comparison between the 2 months. Did anyone have any questions on that?
I just had a question on administrative revenue, so we can get to that later.
I think I know the answer to that right now.
The large amount, just curious for over year, the 44,000.
Oh, that was a WSIB
Oh, okay. Under,
refund. It's
under
under
maps and
miscellaneous.
Oh, okay,
Miscellaneous,
it's
yeah,
miscellaneous.
yeah,
I'm like, man, that's a lot of copies and maps.
yes,
Okay,
yep.
that's what.
And on January 26th, we received the first of 4 payments of the Ontario Municipal Partnership Fund in the amount of $444,675. And so far, 54 water and sewer customers have signed up for the online billing.
That's fantastic.
That's a surprise. That's very good.
I know.
What percentage does that make? With most of them?
There's 550 bills.
But this is
Within
all
1 month.
new that they're signing up.
Yes, I think we
I thought it was,
released it in November, I think.
Yeah,
last year.
that sounds about right.
I thought it was people that paid these from home rather than coming in here.
No, we've been able to do that for years. This is to get
Okay.
your bill, to get an online account, so you can look at your own account and then have the bill emailed to you.
It's like we're just jumping into 2012.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, I'd like to see a lot
Leaping.
more, I'd like to see a lot more sign up. to-
Oh, yeah,
Get the postage
absolutely.
down
I
so
thought
we-
that was good for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for it being new.
Can I ask a question about it though? Cause I remember like a long time ago, when we had a dog tag issue and people weren't signing up. And so they hired like a summer
Mhm.
student who went door to door and ended up getting like a huge amount of signups for dog tags. Would that be something for this where we could hire somebody to go door to door on water and sewer that would be able to help people with that, and just raise it as a thought.
Do it while people are campaigning and you can go.
Exactly.
I'm looking for your vote.
Like, I don't,
And by the way,
A mail strike would help, right?
and I don't know if it benefits us
Someone could own the issue.
or if it's really more of a service to the resident, but I just thought, like, that just occurred to me, so.
Well, it
Thought
would
I'd
save us
share.
postage.
So just sharing that for consideration.
yeah,
But we do have a very detailed instruction pamphlet on the website. I think it's 12 pages,
would it,
like step by step, how to do it.
would it be advantageous then instead of a human sending the pamphlet to all the users?
Well, we did put an insert in the bills again.
Okay, so all right.
Yeah, if you're
So there's a
going-
small insert
I,
explaining it and then directing them to the website to,
you know what, I love inserts and I know that, we put an infographic in with the tax and blah, blah, blah. I think the problem is you open the envelope and you take out the bill and whatever the insert is, and I'm guilty of doing this.
Yeah,
Right, especially with like our Enbridge bill from the shop or even our Renfrew Hydro bill. And I just take the bill out, but I don't take the other thing out. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're gonna do something like that, besides knocking on the door, you're gonna have to leave something.
mm-hmm,
but that's what I think, like if,
well, and for somebody to help someone set it up,
yeah,
you'd see their past, like you'd see it all.
oh,
Like unless they're turning the computer around every time they.
yeah, and maybe it's not even to like help them, but say if they needed help, they could go to the library.
yeah,
Or something like that to be walked through it, just to give people the information, and it'll save you this, and it's convenient, but you might find that people will say like, I don't use a computer, and check them off, that's fine,
Yeah,
or that they like getting paper bills.
yeah.
I do not, but some people do, so
Well,
anyway, let's see
we'll
if there's,
revisit it in 6 months. and,
exactly,
Sally
let's
will come
see if
back
there's
here.
more uptake.
yeah, and then we're putting it in the, I believe it's been in the newsletter. And we're putting it in with the tax bills too.
Perfect,
Very good, thank you.
thanks, Sandra.
Do you think, Sandra, there are a number of people that say, heck, I'll still use my well?
I'm not sure.
So use the what?
Use my well? I mean, these places all had a well before we had running water.
I didn't think of that, yeah, it was 1970-ish.
Yeah.
The water went in, yeah. Well, if you have a well, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anybody.
If you're using the well, don't tell anyone.
All right,
You mean
Joe,
if you live in
Walking
town.
by,
Yeah.
driving by with your meter, and it comes up zero, you better look at something else.
Isn't there a minimum people pay anyways?
Yeah.
So they might as well use it.
Annette, are you prepared for your report?
Sure. So I did attach an updated community safety well-being plan, just to revise it further for 2026. So I just wanted to make sure council had a look at it. There's just some basic revisions to it to bring it to the current year. Obviously there's the odd thing that gets missed that when you go through something, you kind of go, oh, you know what, we should have added this organization. So that's been updated, and unless there are any other corrections, it's just gonna go back on our website and hopefully, the lists of organizations and the situation table and all those things are making use of the resources that we've put together.
Everyone knows how I feel about this plan, so I'm going to refrain from having a rant today because I'm in a good mood.
Good advice to save your rants.
Yeah, I packaged them. I'm saving up all my rant energy for tomorrow night.
Yes,
And then the Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy report is in there, so you can see we did get 6 requests last year, 5 were closed. The last one was received on December 12th, so we can understand why it wasn't closed by the end of the month. But it is now closed, so which is quite a lot, because I think in past years, we maybe had 1, even 2 would be a lot, so there is an increase in, and they were all requests for information. None of them were protection of privacy complaints. And of course, the Bank of Montreal open house, so that is going to be tomorrow night, 5:30 to 7. So
Where my
we
rant
have
will be,
On display.
on display, that's right.
Good turnout of support for those efforts. So we do have sign-in sheets for information and concerns. We do have sheets with both phone numbers and addresses for the commissioner and sort of a blurb of to assist people when they're writing those letters or making those phone calls. We have received, maybe there's 5 letters that we've received from local businesses and local people who, and it's very similar concerns, of course, for all of them. And we received a letter of support too from the Waknagon. And I think Chief Saracen is going to join us tomorrow night, so
Yes.
that'll be great. And yeah, and so
And I think Mayor Bros is as well.
that's excellent.
Yeah.
So I think we just collect all of the information and all of the concerns that we can get, and then follow up again with all of the individuals that we have followed up with, to once again reiterate all of our concerns and new ones that may come up tomorrow night.
2 things. First, I'm wondering if there is a social media post about
Yeah.
that, and that'd be good for all of us to share.
Fair, yeah.
Today, because it's tomorrow or tonight or whatever. And if you share it, I'll just share yours or
Perfect.
whatnot. But had a brief little chat that, people can feel like this is a done deal and there's no point in saying anything because it's gonna close anyways. And so I think, we do want to make sure that people come out, because even if it is gonna close, we still want to put pressure on banks to not be closing in other rural areas and that they will get pushed back. And hopefully we can have a say and they will take us seriously. And just as a follow-up, this is the second thing to share. I had mentioned at a previous council meeting that I would reach out to a former colleague of mine who's the chief of staff to the Minister of Financial Institutions. So we've made Government of Canada aware of this. And as I told you at the last meeting, raised it at Romo with Ministers Beth and Foley, and they were supportive as well. So perhaps some follow-up on that end as well. But I think, we can't say that we're going down without a fight.
That's so. This has been my mantra with people as I see them, on the street, in the grocery store, at the post office. I know people are feeling defeated and I know that they're going into the bank and they're being told, no, it's done deal, it's closing. But I agree that we are not going down with, this is gonna be tooth and nail, but what this institution, and I'm not saying our branch, the institution as a whole has done across Ontario, I'm assuming across Canada, is disgraceful. And then to open in the States, actual branches when, even if they left a couple of employees and a kiosk here, I don't understand the reasoning. Anyway, I am absolutely thrilled that Chief Saracen is joining us. And he wrote a very, very strong worded letter in support of this branch staying open, so.
Great.
We'll see I hope we get a great turnout, as you said, Mayor, like I want people to come out, and it's funny, I don't know how many around the table use the Bank of Montreal, I don't.
I don't either.
This isn't about me, this is about our vulnerable population and what are they doing in a small town, especially as remote in terms of other branches to our area. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we ride.
Unlock the back door.
Yes. Oh my God,
Les Mis.
they miss.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm going to sing to you at the meeting.
Exactly. Tune in later for Meredith.
That's right.
Second song.
So, the next part is just, with the election coming up, there's still lots of things, I'm working on with the policies and procedures and the preliminary list of electors and all of those types of things. But there is, in April coming up before nomination day, we have the Renfrew County Clerks and Treasurers have put together, some various So you want to run for council workshops across the county, and one is happening in Eganville on Thursday, April the 23rd from 2 to 4:30. And then there's also ones in the evening and ones in the morning. So we try to do them all different times of day and all different days of the week so that you could get to one of them. And so I think the ones in Petawawa, I'm not sure where the last one, it might be in the Canterbury side. I have to. So we tried to spread them across the county and spread them across days and times.
So I have a Roma board meeting that day at 5,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna come in and greet Nigel, I guess at 2.
Oh, that'd be
And come and
great.
say hi, because I haven't seen him in ages.
Mhm.
I'm
Well-
planning on attending. That would be a good event.
It's usually Fred. Do
You know, you're already on council, right? You feeling you need more training?
Well, I feel I've got a small list of people who have complained to me about things in the past, and I'm gonna send them all the information on the Zoom meeting on how to run for council. I think that's only fair, because that's ultimately their best chance at being heard. Don't you think?
Yes, I'll report on it at our next meeting in the mayor's report, but I was at an event yesterday with some of the Eastern Ontario Wardens Caucus, and we were talking about how incredible it is, you know, you run for council and you think you're going to change the world, and then you get on council and you realize, oh, we're not allowed to do that. Oh, we're not allowed to do that.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's a provincial responsibility. Oh, so it was, and you know, talking about
It's true.
They all ran together.
it was a fun conversation, but anyway,
That's so true.
yeah,
And when you realize when you're at this table, what your limitations are,
yeah.
and opportunities too.
Hopefully some of that will be answered.
And is it helpful to have like, is there any expectation that we attend this or not necessary?
Well, I'm not attending.
Okay,
I'm just going to greet Nigel.
If you're thinking of running though, it would be good to attend to see who else will be your running mate, right?
Yeah,
Who else is gonna be running for council?
but this isn't necessarily only people from Bonnechere Valley.
No, I
No,
know,
yes,
that's true, but
yes.
if you're there and you're gonna see people from Bonnechere Valley.
Yeah.
Cause to me anyway, having a team is important and working with that team and.
mhm.
I want to go to see who's interested in running, because then I'll know which candidates don't think they know it all.
Yeah,
You always think you know it all when you're running.
Well,
But I'll tell you something, Nigel's been doing this so long, he did my first, so you wanna run for council in 2010.
wow. He's a library, that's for sure.
Well, and he and Fred Dean, I don't know if they still operate a consulting company, but they were the two that you
Mhm.
went to for all things municipal. And Nigel used to moderate the Bear Pit, the Ministers Forum, and he was the absolute best at it. Like just a pro. We Meredith visited. Anyway, yeah, so I'll come and say hello to him anyway.
That's great, yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Also as the ward, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no expectation the council has to be there. And you're welcome, obviously, to attend. Anyone's welcome to attend across the county, and it's just yeah, so that people sort of, maybe people are thinking of running, not sure what they want to do, not sure if they want to get into it and just kind of want to see what it's about, or maybe, like you said, there's people who are already on council who are just
Being nosy?
interested, I don't know, yeah, or whatever, yeah, so, but I mean, it will.
Or they haven't learned anything in 3.5 years.
or to assess that what they're saying and what
Mhm.
reality is, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Nigel is pretty good about setting
Yeah.
people straight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you will definitely learn something from Nigel that day that you didn't know before, always. There's always some little pearl of wisdom that he will bring with him, so.
Well, it's interesting to see, you know, you look at all the issues of Killoo Haggerty versus here, see how some operate and some don't.
well, I think one of the worst things that ever happened to small rural were strong mayor powers. I didn't have a chance to talk to Minister Flack yesterday about it. Of course, it was crazy busy, but I'm gonna save all my rants for the next meeting. I promise John, no rants on his watch. I'll wait for Tracy to chair.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I got you a mug.
Okay, you get to rant away the next meeting.
Yes, I don't want to have to invoke rant controls.
That's right. Nice,
That's good.
noise.
Annette,
Yeah, so then the police service board appointments, those will come to council this evening, so just, making everyone aware they were approved by the police service board to move forward and now have to be appointed by each of the councils on the OPP detachment board.
God love Cheryl and Steve. They are suckers for punishment. I hope they know what they're getting into.
The library board appointment, so as we discussed previously, we did have a vacancy on there. So there, Eileen White has applied, the library board has approved, so again, coming to council to say this is the appointment we would like, and so has to be approved at council this evening. And that's it for me, other than Sarah's report. I'm just gonna quickly look at hers, because sometimes she needs some direction on something that's moving forward. We do have obviously March break, the Camp Smitty March break, the summer job fair. So funny, we had quite a few calls from local businesses that really enjoyed the job fair last year. Thought it was a bit long, so shortened it.
Yeah,
But yeah, so moving forward with that again this year. And the amalgamation committee, so council picked the logo the last time, so that's moving ahead. It's discussed a special page on our website and lots of buzz about it, so that's good.
and I've had tons of feedback about the logo, by the way.
Yeah, and then positive,
It's all positive.
right?
So nice. I think, actually, Michelle was just here. I thanked her and Sarah, but it's so nice that it's recognizable as our logo,
But
but it's a little different for our 25th. Yeah,
can I just make one comment? I just wanted to say on the appointment of Eileen Jones White, that I think we are very lucky to have someone of her caliber
yep.
to step up, and we will be very well served. So appreciate that she has done that, and I wanted to just put that on the record.
Yeah, she is fantastic.
Excellent.
so question mentioned in the documents that it was for duration of term. So when would she be up to re-up for the library board when everybody re-ups?
Yes, so
see.
similar to the police service board, so we're just in a funny time where the police service board, because it changed to a board, like the detachment board.
Yes.
So, those changes are happening in a strange time of the term. Normally, all these appointments happen at the beginning of the term and generally don't change. But, it can happen. So because we had a resignation from the library board, then that's where this position
Yes.
came up. So we'll move forward with it until the end of the term. And then when the new term of council starts up, then we'll look to likely reappoint. Most of the time, if people are, doing well and enjoying being on the committees and everything's, it's a conversation with them to say, are you interested in staying on? And if they say yes, usually that moves forward fine. It's, there's not usually there'd be a changeover in council. That doesn't always mean there's a changeover in the police service board or in, other than the council members that are on those boards. For the public members, really, if you're happy and you're doing a great job, why would we seek a different member, unless we also had people sometimes banging down the door to say we'd really like, but most of the time they're happy even just to volunteer. They don't necessarily aren't banging down the door to say, I'd really love to be on the board and sit at the meetings. They're more, I'd really like to find out how I can help and what I can do. So, and that's sort of, I think, the case with Eileen is that she's been very involved with the library for a long time, just not on the board. And so it's sort of now transitioned to that, is my understanding from the library board.
And you're
So,
not wrong, because I mean, years ago, we had so many volunteers, that wanted to help out with fundraising, but they didn't want to go to meetings.
Yes, yeah.
Right? That wasn't
Yeah.
their shtick.
Mhm.
So unless there is a whole bunch of interest, then, if things are working out, then.
The library board is ours, shared with NAW,
that's-
Yes,
whereas the police service board is a bigger,
Yes,
there's
Like-
7 of us.
okay, and we determined 2 of the 7,
that's correct.
okay,
Well, and
Well,
and each
yes,
council.
and- yes,
Yeah.
and we're just learning about that because that's a revised.
brand new.
board. Okay, here we go.
And some of them are not going very smoothly, so we should be very, very, very thankful that ours is,
Mhm.
knock wood,
Mhm. Sandra and Merv have us well looked after.
Yes,
Okay,
Just to give you some idea, the size of the services board, it goes as far as Madawaska.
so outside of the county,
Yeah, a counselor from Madawaska.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
well, South Algonquin.
yeah, South Algonquin.
Okay,
And on the library board, do we have 3 members from
Yes,
Boncher Valley? And there's 2 from North Algona, so the 3 would be Eileen Jones White, Judy Sauvé.
no, Judy's North Algona.
Oh, right, who are the other
Yeah,
2?
I think we just have a community member and we have our council rep. And then they have a community member and a council rep and then they appoint.
No, there's
No, no, no,
3.
there should be 2
We
more
have two
from.
community reps.
We have 3 and
So
they
we
have 2.
community reps. I'm not sure who our other community representatives.
Candace
will be.
Woolley.
Yes,
Oh, yes,
Thank
of
you.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I
yes.
had her name and
But there should be
Yeah.
3.
there should be 3.
Yeah,
There
there's
are
one
3.
more. Anyways, just
Yeah,
catching up.
I will remember. I just, yeah,
Francis O'Malley.
Yes, is she on it?
She was.
I can look it up, but yeah, I don't have those names in front of me right now, because we appointed them in November of 2022. So. Yeah.
I have it right here. My name's, my memory's going to.
Mhm. So, and then of course, Brent was our representative, and then Tracy became our
Yeah.
representative. When Brent left, so I know it's Tracy and obviously now it's Eileen, but who the third member is, I'd have to look up that.
Mary
resolution.
Jo?
Could be. Yeah. Mhm.
I think it could be her.
oh, on the health and safety water stream, the 5 million we got for John Street.
Mhm.
I did just let the new owners of the Eganville Leader know that the road will be torn up this year.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, thanks.
welcome.
Right? Yeah,
Mhm.
Gerald was laughing. It was funny.
Yeah, and we did meet with, Jason, Dave and myself did meet with, Enbridge, because they're continuing to move forward, so we'd like them to.
Do it all at once.
Before we do that,
Oh,
so
yes.
they will be starting there in June, so that will be good.
Perfect.
My understanding is that Bell is also, looking for fiber down John Street, so the question that we have is whether it will be on poles or whether it will be buried. And so we'll also be working, Jason's also working with Bell to just sort of coordinate everything. And we sent that off to JL Richards, who's our engineers doing the tender, just so that all the contractors, not everybody's working at the same time and we're all getting the jobs done.
Make sure they do Mill Street at the same time.
Well, we'll have to see what the tenders come in at.
No, I mean Enbridge.
Oh, Enbridge. Yes, so they're gonna start up at Queen Street and work their way back. Yeah.
Okay,
And then the rest of the funds, I think, we're still waiting to hear, usually, don't hear on the students till about April, but we will be putting out the ads and taking in, applications till the end of March, so. We'll have those come in and then hopefully we'll hear about the funding. The ROD program, so we didn't get it originally, but we're resubmitting again. We've made some upgrades hopefully to the application. I know that Sarah was working on it, to get some more points for exactly what the pulley system was going to bring and have some more partners. So we did reach out to all of the different community groups that we put the banners up for and listed them as partners, because really they are partners in the pulley system. They do provide us with the banners, they do provide,
Yeah.
so I think that hopefully that will strengthen the system and we'll be able to
I
get
I
the pulley
can
in
make a
this
call.
spring. And the invasive species action fund, so that was a new one that came out, but always looking to keep the weeds under control, especially the wild ones. And if we can get funding to do that, great. If we can't, well, we'll just keep going with the program we have and try and take care of what we have as we go.
Hunting for funds is like hunting for mushrooms, isn't it?
Yes, a little bit,
Walk through the woods and turn over the leaves and roll over the logs and look for them.
yes.
We'll
It's
find them.
It's funny too, we were also talking about grants yesterday and how important it is to have these relationships with the province and the feds, but if, especially face to face with the province, that, when they know who you are, sometimes,
Mhm.
you're bringing in a little more money than others. Well, the relationship building and knowing what they're looking for is paramount.
Mhm.
And they like to make sure that they're obviously partnering and working with an organization that's going to get the project completed, like on time and within budget
Mhm.
and it's going to achieve the things that you said it was going to achieve. So we continue to work with that. We're continuing to work, it's for the EV charger to be installed. So we've got everything signed up with Hydro One. So hopefully it will be installed by the end of March. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And then we can move forward with the software and keep trucking on that program, which has to be completed by the end of the year. And the other thing is the citizen portal. I really wanted to report today that it was ready to go. Like it's ready, but it's not ready to be implemented because we're still getting all of our tasks and our maintenance updated. So we want to be able to connect both of those, obviously, so that when you use the portal goes to, if it's a pothole or whatever, to Jason and his crew can just, click the pothole and it all combines and works together. So,
As opposed to the concern going into the abyss.
that's right,
Okay.
yes.
Hmm.
So that is definitely underway. So whether that'll be in the next month or the next 2 months, it definitely will be. I did have a little test run on it, so
Good.
it looks good. We just gotta
I'm
get
excited.
just gotta get it connected to everything else.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
that will be another something else that we're moving forward with modernization this year. So,
Just on that, the new software,
mhm.
how has that been? How's that rollout been?
So that's, yeah, like.
Oh, their
Yeah,
software.
Yeah, so it's all connected, so it's
Yeah.
connected to that portal. So we did get all of the GIS and the mapping and everything together with the county mapping through Angie and stuff like that, so that's great. And now, like I said, we're working on all of our maintenance tasks and all of those types of things. We've got all of our employees in and the assets. Sandra's been working to make sure that all the assets are in there and they're all reconciled to 2024, because that's the last audited stuff we have. Even though she's completed 2025, we'll move forward with that as we go. And then yeah, and so we're trying to connect it as well to our FIRs to see if there's any savings there with auditors. But yeah, so it's coming along.
good.
It's a lot of data and a lot of information. And then we'll be starting with some training. So probably in the next month or so, start with some training for the employees and
The user-friendly aspect of it is the most important thing.
that absolutely it is.
Because it-
Absolutely it is. Yeah. So it's our next step, moving forward with that. And that's all I think I have under my report. I'm just gonna, if you would give me a moment, Mr. Chair, I just want to
Yes.
quickly look at Kevin's rec report. I don't think there was any questions in there, but we went through it very quickly, so I just want to make sure there was nothing else there.
Absolutely.
No, I don't think so. Okay, thank you.
Good.
We do the planning and licensing report.
The planning and licensing, yes, if there's any questions on that, I don't think there was any no direction for council. Still working on getting our compliance letter, but we're good to go there.
Always.
And yeah, and we still have the planner coming in once a month, so she seems to meet with at least 3 people every time she comes, sometimes more.
Fantastic.
So that's going well, yeah, for sure. And it's still early, so marriage licenses and lottery licenses will continue to increase as the year goes on.
Are you saying that sometimes marriage licenses need to be applied for quickly?
Oh, you're just filled with the bad dad jokes today. I'm really worried.
Okay, I'll settle down. Settle down. Thank you very much, Annette. Moving on to correspondence A. Is there anything that warrants discussion further from that?
I realize that I shouldn't wear plaid skirts with blue jackets in every photo I'm in. They're all different plaid. They're all different though, just as a note. Terry Fleury actually said, do you have any other clothes?
Cute.
You could use AI, just,
I
swap
know.
it out.
I do look like a child in that photo though.
So it was nice that the county of Renfrew used the idea. Now, I don't know if we got it from them, or
Yeah.
got it for us. The pie charts are very quite clear.
Okay,
You
so
help me
I looked at the
understand.
infographic.
Oh, that's,
Yes,
Mm.
yes. Was it a budget we wanted to do? No, it wasn't. But I think this gives a really good overview, so I'll leave that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you're kind of first out of the gate in a way. Now everybody else is lining up to do their budgeting process, so.
In a way, some people had already finalized their budgets. I'm not sure how you do that without audited financial statements, but
Yeah. I covered
you
that
do you,
before.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anyway,
But-
we're placed exactly where we should be. for our budget.
yeah, again. We got through it, but it isn't, of course, the budget that we
Mhm.
really, really, really wanted. After years and years of 3 and 3.5, and anyway.
Well, I
Is it
hope-
a cost of living? What do you feel were the main reasons for?
Well. I would say infrastructure, number one. Employees are always, with unions, you're always talking about increases over the COLA. Recruiting. There were outside things that have come up that were never like this prior to COVID. And I'm not blaming COVID, I'm saying
Yep.
they weren't like this previously. There was lots of discussion. It turns out that we are getting some favorable tenders in, which is lovely. But I would say that if that's happening, now that we've already set the budget, we extend the project, we don't leave it in surplus.
Hmm.
Right? Because I think much like 512, when they were able to extend the project, then they're not coming back year over year and disrupting the same people, 3 years in a row or every 2 years. So it was a tough one.
Well, it was a little bit of a pill to swallow. I like the pie charts, and we're emulating that in our own
Yeah.
budget time as well. I think most people understand them quickly, and at least enough that they can generate a question.
And this, of course, is a little more fleshed out with some bullet points, so definitely something I can share. I will tell you though, at our last county council meeting, because of some of the comments, when this went out on social media, we have shut off all comments to every post. The posts went from, oh my God, those fat cats making over $100,000 a year. County councilors make $24,000 a year, not $100,000. But unfortunately, as the comments went on, it turned into the town of Renfrew and how we should sell Mattaway or sell it just denigrated to a point that
It was nasty.
and our communication person, Tina, she can't keep up. Even if she puts out a special weather statement, I will tell you that somebody will say, well, it's winter. Well, no, we put out the special weather statement because that allows us to not keep up with our minimum maintenance standards in a crisis. That's why we put out those PSAs, not to say we're gonna get snow. We know it, we're Canadian, we know it's winter. But keyboard warriors, they ruined it for themselves. So I guess if they get shared and people want to comment on other people's, that's on them.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's important because it's not always very constructive.
None of it was good.
Yeah, often it's not.
No, it was not constructive at
Yeah,
all.
okay. Sorry, that was my comment on that. Moving to correspondence B, there are a few items there we need to
Yeah,
talk about.
yes, there are.
So, the school bus safety one, I didn't feel needed our action, or do you agree?
We did this about 2 years ago. Basically the answer we got back was if school bus operators want to have cameras on the arms, they have to pay for it. Or we have to pay for it, and I don't think that's a municipal property tax thing. And if it's not already included in the education tax that's on the property tax bill, well, in my opinion, that's not on our property
No.
taxpayers.
Agreed. So we'll leave it there.
Yes, sir.
Item two, the request from Camp Lutherland seems very straightforward and a good idea.
So yes, support in the form of a letter for sure. The $1,000, we actually do not donate taxpayer money, so.
Yep.
In my opinion, that would be a no, but certainly the letter of support,
Okay, I missed that. That wasn't in Aaron's letter.
this it was.
Yeah, Camp Lutherland, that's a different one, is it?
That's a letter of support from Ottawa Valley.
Tourist
Yeah,
Association, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the one.
No, no, no,
from-
no.
No,
Okay, but they need our support if they're gonna qualify for the grant.
Yes.
So that must be done.
Yes,
Okay, and we'll deal that this afternoon.
no, it'll be done for the next meeting.
Very good.
So,
Any other-
yeah, or it can just be directed to staff.
Okay.
If you don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Directed to staff.
So yes to our wholehearted support and no to the $1,000, but that's not our policy.
Correct.
Thank you.
doesn't need to be said. Well, even if we did give money, I think the fact that this goes to families to have a space year over year. And I don't think that's within our mandate to be
No.
subsidizing. It's like subsidizing like a cottage development. If it was more of use to people within the community on a weekly basis that was opening up those spots, and I would think that might have some consideration, but I felt that this, like, it's great that people are gonna have that, but it's really very more exclusive in terms of the same families
Yeah.
using those spots year over year.
Anyway, it is not our policy, so we will not be doing it.
Very good. Resolution for affordable housing. Do we need action on that?
Well, it's funny because Rob Flax spoke extensively about this yesterday, and I think that we are going to see. We're gonna see stuff happen, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe not quickly, but it is one of the things, much like development charges, that could in fact incentivize builders to build. And then they could give us all the HST back.
Mhm.
I brought that up.
Moving on, number 4, Bill 21, again, I didn't feel strongly we need to take action there. Number 5, food bank request is important. A letter from Jerry was here to, and they work out of a small space and they need a little more space, and it seemed reasonable if we could find a way to put a little bit of storage on this behind the building, that would be nice.
So I actually forwarded this request to Daryl and to
Perfect.
Annette. And then I got back and included Jerry in my response, and then Jerry said, oh, well, we're only thinking about it, I'll get in touch with, so it's all, yeah,
So we'll hear about that later,
yes, but
but generally I'm supportive.
I had no issue with it, as long as,
It's nice to see they're expanding.
no,
No.
it's not.
One industry we don't want to expand.
Exactly.
Well, I know we want everybody to go away, but that's not gonna happen.
What's nice is to see such wonderful, hardworking people
That's right.
Yes,
thinking ahead and let's solve this problem.
that cares so much.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
volunteer.
Okay, so we'll leave
But
that
wait, I think.
till more
Annette-
information comes our way.
Sorry, if I may,
Yes,
so the senior leadership team met on it because I wanted to meet with Jason and Kevin and Daryl to make sure, like, to see if there were any concerns, any issues or whatever. So they are all very supportive. They had all those conversations, and so it's ready to go.
Okay.
If they're ready to go, which I believe they are, but then we need to come to council because obviously it's municipal property. So if council is okay with it, the department heads have no concerns. Jerry will work with the department heads on location, size, all that kind of stuff. So we are ready to go if council is okay with it.
Okay, I didn't get that update.
Yeah, so,
that's okay.
Okay,
So our side of the team is ready to go. Jerry has to be have a little more firmness in her proposal.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
just need to know if Jerry, direction to staff, if Jerry can work with staff to put a storage there or not, because it's
Okay.
municipal property, so that's a council decision. So as long as council has no concerns with that, then Jerry will work with Jason and Kevin and away we go.
I have no concerns.
I did wanna just ask, are they thinking of building something or purchasing like a shed?
They have not decided that yet.
Okay, it would be interesting before they go ahead to see the budget and what the plan is, just because township will eventually then own this if it's on our property, I'm assuming, or just understanding how.
It may be,
It's,
so
Okay.
we may not actually own it, yeah.
So if it's movable, that's one thing, that's why I was
Yeah.
asking the question, right?
yeah. I think that's what they're not intending to build a building.
Okay,
That's not what it sounded like anyway.
I wasn't sure because when they had like approximate 10 by
Mhm.
12 feet, does that mean they're thinking of building something that size, or are they thinking of purchasing?
Oh,
So I just it wasn't clear,
I think they were thinking of building.
yeah,
But then after we met with the SLT, I think there was conversations with Jason and Kevin who were like, we think that this can be done cheaper.
Yeah.
than- You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so, and it's not a building permit issue because it's undersized.
Right.
So again, Daryl was there too. So we left it as, my last conversation with Jerry is if council approves the use of the property for you to have something
Yeah.
there, then if you just want to work with Kevin and Jason as far as getting something there as cheap as possible, but also as secure as possible,
Security.
because that's very important. We don't want it to be vandalized or anything like that. And then also put it in the location as close to the building as possible, because of course we maintain that area and it's another
Yeah.
building to cut around, so we would like it close to the building so that we're not maintaining around another building. So those were, I think, the only concerns and offers of help from the department heads. And so if that, unless council has issues with the property being used for that use, then I would ask for direction to staff to have between the food bank and department heads to get it done.
yeah, I'm fine.
the only, sorry. The only addition I would say is that, like, it would be interesting to know what their budget is, because they are servicing needy people, we want them spending that money on food. And if there is budget left at the end of the year that we can help in some way, that would be good to know.
Well, I love the idea that they were gonna do a boot drive or a boot.
Yeah.
pull.
Yeah.
I like
idea.
that too, but if it's like, if they need a gap to be filled, if we have it, I'd rather give it than have them take it out of the money that's going.
Put it on your list for budget.
Okay, but we might have, oh wait, it wouldn't have been a leftover,
No,
No such thing.
right? But that's where we need to know, like, what's the cost of it? How much do they think they can raise? If they can raise the whole thing, great, but.
So I think Jason was thinking maybe $2,500. He had a contact, so he was speaking with them. And then Daryl was talking to the firefighters, because of course the boot drives go to their association, so it would have to be a donation from the association, not the township. Two separate things.
Right,
So he was speaking with firefighters about that. So when the association meets, if they choose that is where they would like to donate a portion of their boot toll money to, that's not really it's not our money, it's not our
and that's,
association, so,
that's just about the amount that they normally donate to MS.
yeah, so they.
Or MD, sorry, muscular dystrophy,
So-
sorry.
So they may
Right.
use that, so we
Yeah.
left that in their hands, because it's not our decision on that one, and if they do decide to do that, then they will get in touch with Jerry, and then it will be taken care
Nice, teamwork.
of.
Okay, staff is so directed.
Thank you.
Moving on, food bank, justice and protection of Canada's children. Again, I didn't see anything for us to do there.
I mean, we can support it, but it's totally up to
Council.
yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody is against
supporting it.
supporting justice for children. I think the bigger, more philosophical question is, do tougher penalties stop this, or is there other things that need to be in place from an education, from prevention side.
But there were also 4 items in one of the resolutions that I thought were very interesting.
mhm.
I'm fine. But the steel and lumber sectors, at 100%, we have to do this.
The sex offender monitoring, I think strengthening that is
Yes.
absolutely something I would,
And bail
and-
reform.
and bail reform.
Yeah.
I know those things are already like
They're already
in
in.
motion, but I think just showing that there's support for that is
Yeah.
fine.
So we'll bring forward 6 and 7 to the next meeting.
Sure.
Does anyone have any other different opinions or those? No?
Well, it's not, it is an important issue. It's above our pay grade in terms of municipal action. And I only worry about adding things that will, more things we add to our support list, we might dilute our effect, but I have no qualms about supporting it.
Yeah, doing a resolution is, I have no qualms by doing that.
Okay?
But the steel and lumber, 100%,
Yes,
especially our area.
And I can just offer in my role outside of council as a government relations specialist. Government isn't tallying up how
How
many
many,
Bonnechere Valley is, it doesn't dilute, but they are saying, oh, we're getting a lot on this, there's a lot of interest on this, so I don't think it hurts us to do things like that, if that's a concern.
good. And noting the steel is the possibility that South Korea is going to revitalize Algoma Steel, our most important steel producer in Canada,
yeah,
by entering into an expansion project. That's not, again, it's above our pay grade, but it's wonderful news.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8. Zoning bylaw for Adamston Bromley. This is something we need to talk about a little bit, but it's gets my support. So we don't have to.
I
talk
have
about it.
no,
So similar to, we did
Yeah,
Brunel and
Brunel.
Raglan's, I just ticked the box that said no concerns and signed it and sent it back. We were first among the count, I think we were first.
yes, we were,
First among the county, after the official plan got done, all the zoning bylaws had to be refreshed. We just happened to be first, so we were like 2022,
23,
2023.
Okay,
So now everyone is catching up. And so any of the municipalities we border, I don't think we'll get all of them. I think we'll just
No.
get the ones we border. So if that's fine, if council's fine, I'll tick no concerns and sign it and send it
Yeah, it's
in,
fine.
if I can have that
We're fine.
direction.
you know, it's so funny too, one day last week, my entire Facebook feed were different municipalities, all with their open houses. For their zoning bylaws. Bless you,
well,
It's in tight.
goodness gracious,
I didn't understand what that was, so thank you for explaining.
Okay.
yeah,
I was like, I don't.
yeah,
it's housekeeping.
Yeah.
Number 9. This is again for
100.
me, easy to support.
Yeah.
Very easy.
we already did the public school board.
That's
And
right.
it's funny because at county, I said to the people from,
RCCDXP
no,
or
no, no,
Renature?
to the,
Beanstalk?
yes,
Yeah.
to Renature.
Yeah,
I said, have you also thought about the Catholic school board? And here we are.
yeah.
So
It's good.
a huge yes.
So I'll bring that forward to the March 10th meeting.
Okay.
Thank you kindly, madam.
They need it by the 13th. or the
Okay, I was just gonna ask,
Yeah,
that's right,
So
just,
they'll,
yeah, I
yeah.
needed the dates.
but I'll let them know it's coming, so they're.
And number 10, I remember reading the veterinary report last year. And,
Yeah.
I remember you explained why it was pertinent to us. So would you please do so again?
This is why John's going to Nigel's thing. He needs he needs the 3.5-year refresher course.
So it's an agreement with veterinarians across Renfrew County, so we don't. It's one of those where we don't have enough, kind of like doctors.
Yeah.
We don't have enough veterinarian,
Yes.
especially for the farm that we have, so large animal, things like that. So sometimes we have to call somebody in from another area for this, and so we have this sort of agreement for the North Rend, like this whole these veterinarians that meet. And so basically, they meet and they will support us as we need, especially for our large animals in our farm. That's really what they're meant for. They're not meant for your domesticated pets. And so each municipality, depending on how much, how many farms you have, how many animals you have in those farms, they sort of prorate the portions to those municipalities. So as you can see, it's a very small number for Bon Valley, $280.
Yep.
Okay.
But then Whitewater is
Yes.
900.
Because they have what, Brightwater and
Adamson
Brumley have quite a bit more livestock. And so the need is.
So it's
is
literally
greater.
based on the census of stock.
Exactly,
Okay.
that's exactly right. And so we don't want to lose that program for our farmers and so it's a small amount to sort of pay into that system. So, but they meet once a year to go through it, to make
Yeah.
sure they're all good and they send us out the minutes. So, I
And we
assume
don't
we
need
want to stay
specific
up on it.
action.
No,
This is information.
Yeah.
yes.
But
But I think it's funny that you actually admitted it.
But I just wanna say, like, I think sometimes we think that we don't have as big a farming community in Bon Cheer Valley, and we're the fourth highest,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I think this is really good and useful information.
I think that we're not as ag as Whitewater and AB or even Horton, you know, I think.
Well, where's Horton?
Sure,
Horton, we're way bigger,
they're more ag, not
Right.
farms.
right?
Sorry,
So
This is cattle.
yes.
I think it's just if you
We
were
should tell them some. of
not
this.
wanting to stay, if we're not wanting to stay a part of this group. I don't know why we would not for the benefit we get and this low cost, but.
This
So
is good
bring
minutes full
the minutes
business.
forward to council to kind of be, this is what we're paying and this is what we're
Mhm.
continuing to do unless you direct staff otherwise.
Councillor Epps thanks you.
For the third year in a row.
Correspondence C is sadly empty once again, but
Did anybody have any questions about the OPP detachment?
Why did we bring it forward to unfinished business?
I don't know.
I was trying to remember.
I think it was on one of our correspondence plates earlier. And it was quite a detailed report and it was hard to do it justice then.
I don't.
Okay,
Again, I don't think we have action.
I have problems with their reporting.
We're
Well,
looking
it's-
at a different aspect.
Lot
Where is it claiming and where is it reducing? And it's,
But it's,
It's kind of like the library board update. It's a police board update. It's the
Yep.
report from the detachment commander. If you're interested, if you would like us. Is it in the terms of reference that we have to bring it to council? No, right? No. So if you would like.
no,
to
in
know-
fact, we didn't used to bring it to
No, I know.
council.
If
It
you
was
would-
confidential,
If
which
you
is
would like us
bizarre.
not to have.
No,
on
I
there-
like it.
No, I like it. I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we brought it to council, Sandra, correct me. I think we brought it in closed a couple of
Yeah.
times.
We didn't talk about it closed, but I just used to put it in a confidential folder because
Ah.
we were not to share it.
There you go.
I just think that the amount of money we pay for police services, that we would have a better report.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's the truth of that.
right,
Yeah.
like it's missing a lot of, to me, it seems it's missing a lot of information and it's.
And in my opinion, there were some I'm not on it right now, but there were some that seemed to be in error. Even some of the motor vehicle collisions, and I'm just wondering, is that because they were on a King's Highway?
Mm.
And so then they weren't Bonashir Valley
Yeah.
for call for service, but I didn't really want to get into the weeds in it, but it's,
Same with the opioid related information, I mean, but John, you probably have better assessment in that area and know what's going
but
on.
once I saw the MVCs, then I wasn't really considering any of the percentage increases correct. It's,
I just think on the opioid thing, though, there's a Board of Health report which would
Right. I
show,
thought of that this morning.
right?
yes,
This is the arrests. So you're not seeing the ODs and you're not seeing like the health outcome issues on here. And I think that's
Yeah.
where the numbers, because this is about criminality or charges.
right, and our Board of Health collects data from their own
Yeah.
Outreach,
Mhm.
from the MESA program, from the paramedics, from the OPP, from
Which
the
will be interesting to
hospitals.
See, as
Yeah,
well.
no, we are not furnished with
not at all.
numbers where they are for privacy as a privacy thing, obviously.
Mhm.
But I can get you more data, but what Meredith said is 100% correct.
It's just
Because
that,
some are not charged, they're taken to a facility, they're dealt with through the hospital, through the
Mhm.
paramedic service.
yeah, there just seems to be a lot of gaps in this
Yeah.
report.
I was gonna mention to the last meeting, 3 months ago, when, there was great concern from the police about the amount of police time tied up with mental health patients.
Yes,
And I said, I spoke to you and you said, I thought I had that solved, and yes, they had a kind of a resolution.
well, I think what Deputy Commissioner Harkins was saying to us is that we were actually, we were lower than previous years and actually lower in some things than the provincial average. And one of the reasons we believe that is due to the proactive nature of the MESA program and the Heart Hub that is now online, which is just an unbelievable, I'll have that in my next report, an unbelievable asset in our county. But I think that we as communities have gone above and beyond in the healthcare sector when it's not really our responsibility, but it's our responsibility. So I think that, and it's been amazing to be able to have things 100% provincially funded, whereas a lot of the paramedic programs are 50 or 51% funded. So to have community paramedicine, RCV TAC, for those things to be funded by the province, we are so far ahead of the curve, and they have reduced our 911 calls, and they have reduced deaths, and they have reduced hospital visits. So it's quite something hearing it from a deputy commissioner, though.
But the previous complaint was the amount of time officer was sitting holding the cadet or problem at the hospital.
Exactly, yeah. Well, no
Now-
different than the offloads with the paramedics were,
Yes, I know.
where they couldn't get them into the care of a nurse or doc.
Yeah.
So the paramedics are sitting with them.
Yeah.
So now we've tried to bridge that gap by having a paramedic stationed in the ERs. There's one in, so that on intake, that paramedic is already in the hospital.
Yeah.
And so the paramedics in the rig can then offload to the paramedic. Then they offload to the nurse or triage.
Yeah.
But the rig with the paramedics in it can go and take another call
Or the OPP.
or the OPP.
It doesn't work as smoothly with the OPP.
I guarantee
I
you
feel
it
very
doesn't.
badly for them. They don't belong in an emergency room, and yet they have to be there right now.
But this is how well our community safety and well-being plan works, John.
Yes,
That's
but
I'm sorry, it's the greatest waste of paper I've ever encountered in this job. It's what, 36 pages?
But we don't let it sit on a shelf, we update it.
I want to know who in the provincial government reads them. I want to know who in the OPP detachment reads them.
So if there are questions. on
Ooh,
the
I just had a
report,
mini rant.
I was like, you were gonna say that.
We will continue to bring them forward, and if there are questions, if there's something specific that you're like, can you explain this line to me or something like that, then I'm sure we can reach back out to the detachment commander to kind of say, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
If there's something, a specific question that you'd like us to ask, they're pretty good to get back and explain. And unless you were at the police service board meeting, you know what I mean, and hearing the report, I know sometimes how that is when you've got, here's the written report, but I also had a whole bunch of comments on it that you didn't see.
Right.
So, you know,
But sometimes they aren't ready, willing, and able to answer questions on the spot either.
yes, but it doesn't mean we don't ask them.
No,
Yeah.
but sometimes they say, oh, we'll have to take that back and
Yes.
check with.
Yeah.
I think that's the important take home is that they've said, please ask us.
Yes, for
So
sure.
that's-
By all means.
Mhm.
And John, literally before, it was not a public document, which we
Yeah.
thought was very
Like
odd.
that, yeah.
Because it was so, it was a little more concrete when it was just the Killaloe detachment.
Mhm.
right? But now
Yeah.
we're part of UOV and anyway.
It's just, sometimes when you speak out of turn, somebody said, I mentioned to someone, I can't do this because I go to the police services board. Oh, what are you gonna do with all these drugs? So before the May, when I'm gonna ask them, I'm gonna call them up and say, now where are all these drugs I can direct the police to?
Well, the strange thing is that was brought up at Killaloe Council, actually,
Oh,
about their drug problem. So I'm,
This individual is the north of Gonna Wilberforce.
oh, okay,
Anyway,
yeah,
we
good.
are within end of the site. I don't think we deserve a break today. We should just move right along.
Well, I think
Disagree.
we've got a closed,
That's what I mean. Let's,
Take a break before close.
yeah,
Oh,
take a
we
break
do.
before
Of
close,
course,
yeah.
alrighty, no media session today.
Oh. She's with William.
I thought she was a new reporter.
No,
Okay, sorry.
that's right, the Eganville Leader sold and they already have new reporters.
All right, and then we'll do closed and then establish next meeting date.
Okay,
Okay,
that-
so let's
that's in
take a,
order, but that's fine.
let's take a wee break.
Yeah. Anyone have like an acid? I just start games.
I do not.
An antacid?
That's it.
I don't carry Tums around with me.
I usually do. Let's see. Maybe I have it.
Okay, we are back live, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Welcome back. We have to establish the date of our next meeting, and I'm just checking my calendar. I believe it's Tuesday, March 10. Does that sound right?
It is.
Very good. And Tracy's looking forward to chairing that meeting, I know.
March 10 council, I got it. written
I
down.
might not
Well, that's a gap.
be,
when they're
I might have to
coming.
join remotely.
Okay, that's always a possibility.
Yeah.
Now I'd like to move us into closed session. I have a resolution dated 18th February 2026 that committee proceed in closed session in accordance with the Municipal Act 2001, section 239.2, to deal with the matters as indicated below. Advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. I'd like a mover.
I'll move it.
Jennifer, do we need a second for this? No.
No.
In favor? We're now in closed session. Thank you.